It's your girl Kay with Encourage Evolution. Hey y'all. You see I got the wig on today. So something exciting is going to happen. And you are right on time. The first thing I'm going to do is do this little book review. Now like I said before, I love books. And I just finished the Gucci Mane Guide to Greatness. Gucci Mane. Hey, Gucci Mane. Every time I see this spelled like this, I always be like, Mane, Gucci Mane. Anyways, so I finished Gucci Mane's book, and it was really inspiring. I really love the illustrations in this book. It was really easy to understand, and I love the way that he just breaks it down. He doesn't he doesn't make it seem like he's not himself, if that makes sense. Like, he talks like himself in this book. So here's a picture of him. I think this was when he first came out, and as you can see that, you know, he had gained some weight or whatever, and then he shows a picture of himself after he lost all the weight. You see how different he looks? Doesn't he look good? I remember when his song first came out. I heard him when he first came out on the radio. I say. That was my song. So anyways, the summary of the book, a word from Gucci Mane. I live by the principles in this book. These are my secrets to success, health, wealth, and self-improvement. I wanted to write this book to give you a tool set. It's not going to be easy, but study these words and put them into action. I want this book to keep you motivated. I want you to keep coming back to it for guidance and inspiration. This book is a challenge. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't think what you're saying is not important. Don't think you can't achieve the impossible. Everyone needs some game, so here it is. The Gucci Mane Guide to Greatness for the World. Enjoy. Now, one of the things that I want to say about this book is that it is so pleasing to look at to the eye. It just stood out to me. Like, I was basically in Walmart and I was doing some shopping, and this book stood straight out to me. It just was like jumping off of this shelf. So I was like, let me get this. I heard about it a long time ago and I completely forgot about it, but let me get this. So this is one of the things that stood out to me in the book. This is one of his chapters. It's imperative that I change the narrative, right? We are the authors of our lives. We are the writers of our own stories. We have the power to say who we are and what we want to be. The story you tell yourself sets the course of the life you live. It creates the roadmap for what is possible. If you don't like the story you're living, you have the power to change the narrative. You have the power to change the narrative. Not Ray, not Pookie, not your boss, not your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife. You do. Okay? If you don't like the story you're living, you have the power to change the narrative. That's what authors do. They write stories. They create the plot. Create your own plot. You've always got another chance no matter what happens. If you fight through the challenges and your problems, you can overcome them. If you don't fight them, they get worse. This goes hand in hand with an excerpt from the book, Rise and Grind by Daymond John, when he spoke of an author that was saying that he had to rewrite his own eulogy. Like, he literally was at a funeral and he was thinking about death, of course, and death is something that we really don't like to think about as human beings. It's so morbid. I'm sorry, but I just gotta say it. So basically, he was at a funeral and he thought about death and what would his eulogy say. And as he wrote his own eulogy, he realized everything that he was writing was just crap. It was just not true. It was fake and it was really bad. And so he tried to rewrite it again. And when he rewrote it, nothing made sense. Like, it just wasn't good. And so from that day forth, he decided to live his life and rewrite his own eulogy by living his life. Okay? And he became successful, very successful. All right. So here is another part of the book that stood out to me. When they sleep, I'm grinding. Look at Gucci Mane in the studio. Okay? If everybody is sleeping, that makes it easy for me. My awareness is up these days. I can see the people who are sleeping. I can see what other people are not doing, and I take advantage of that. People are content sleeping and only planning for today while I'm planning for the end, for the long game. In that equation, I'm going to win. It will happen. Eventually, they're going to lose those opportunities, and I'm going to be ready to embrace the gift. Now, when I saw that part of this, I thought about something that I had read years ago called the Parable of the Talents. And in the Parable of the Talents, the story goes like this. So there was a master and basically he gave each servant a talent. He gave 1 10, 1 6, and 1 1. I believe that's how it goes. I might be wrong, but I think that's how it is. And so basically he said, go and invest this talent and multiply it. I'll come back in an hour that you don't know to collect a part of this investment. And so the one with the 6 and the one with the 10 went out and multiplied it. The one with the 1 was so scared to lose his talent by multiplying it because the risk was so great for him that he basically buried it in the ground. When the master came back, he saw that the guy with 6 multiplied it, and he gave him, the profit from the multiplication of the talents. The guy with the 10 multiplied his as well, and he gave, what the profit was for the multiplication of that talent. But the guy with 1 said, Master, I know that you're a shrewd man, and I was really scared, and so I buried my talent in the ground to keep it so that I still have something to give you, because I was not really confident if I would have gave this talent, invested this talent, that I would have got a return. So pretty much the master was so mad. He took the talent from the guy that had 1 and gave it to another one of the servants. I don't remember if this the guy that had 10 or the guy that had 6. But basically he gave the talent that the guy didn't use to someone else. And he said, you wicked. He threw him out. And he basically was like, I don't even know you. Depart from me. And so when I thought about that, I thought about the fact that everybody is born with a gift. We're all born with a gift. And I'm going to keep saying this over and over again and being repetitive. We're all born with a gift. But we don't always share the gift with the world. I feel like we were all created with gifts. And sometimes we bury the gift because of, we're afraid to show who we are. We're afraid to sometimes we have fear of success. Sometimes we have fear of failure. Sometimes we just fear everything. We're scary people, and we're more afraid of the risk and losing most times. But what do you have to lose? If that gift is in you, that niche is in you, then use it. Face your fears, do it scared, because you'll never feel like you're not scared of doing something. Even now, like I said, I just started this YouTube channel off of faith because I knew that it was something that I kept on thinking about doing, and I just kept putting it off because of life, because I was working so much. I didn't have time. I just kept making excuses of why I didn't want to do it. And I finally just said, okay, I cannot bury this gift. Now, to me, burying a gift can also be living your whole life, going to work 9 to 5 at a job that you hate or a job that you might like, but it's not your dream. And then you die and you bury your gift by dying without ever using that talent and investing that energy into the earth. You see what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm saying. All right, so anyway, moving on. Don't bury your gift. Okay, so the other thing that he spoke on is, like I showed you the pictures when he lost weight. He said, I'm waking up early. Changing my diet has also made a big difference. You can't change nothing if you can't change your diet. That's 100%. You can't tell if somebody's serious. You can tell if somebody's serious by what they put in their mouth, whether that's drugs, food, or whatever. The body is a temple. That's because of the comfort thing. It's like when I go on an airplane, I try to be disciplined in what I eat. They'll ask me if I want a certain drink. No, I just want water. I just want a soda. I don't want a soda or a cranberry juice. I'll see other people on the plane say, let me get a drink. Let me get comfortable, even if it's a soda, a Coke, and all. All that comes from let me get in the easy zone where I feel good. Yo, I'm so guilty. I'm guilty. because I love to eat, let me tell you. But I am modifying my diet because as I get older, I realize my body is just not the same. I can't eat a whole pizza like I could when I was in my 20s and not even gain anything. Now I eat one slice and I gain 10 pounds. I'm like, wow, that one slice was 10 pounds. What is going on with me? All right, well, that's all I have for you. The Gucci Mane Guide to Greatness. I do recommend it. It was a great read, and it was very encouraging. And I will be getting his autobiography later on. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to my next book. I don't really know what's next, but I think it's gonna be the Lecrae book that I just purchased. Excuse me. I think it's called Redeemed: How I Lost My Religion, but I gained my faith. So that'll be next. Until then, see y'all later. Tuning out.
I'm so high.